Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Umar Arshad. I'm a 19-year-old aspiring entrepreneur, and somewhat I am an entrepreneur. This video is going to be the introduction of a new journey that we're going to begin together. A real quick story about me before we get into the actual thing of the video. I was 16 when I started my journey. I did everything I could. I hovered into AI automations. I hovered into agency space. I hovered into cold calling. I hovered into business. I tried to do everything that I could. But every time there was a thought in my mind that was, why don't I just start a brick and mortar business? I mean, that was the very reliable option in that moment and was easily attainable. And I would say doable in the first place. And success was attainable in that business model. But what struck me was, well, everybody is going after AI, artificial intelligence, and everybody is going after super technology and the development. What is going to happen to those brick and mortar businesses? And that stopped me for 3 years. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever I thought was true turned out to be false. And the reason? Practicality. I was blind to the thought that maybe everybody is going to need a roof over their head. Everybody is going to eat regardless of the development. Everybody is going to need clean and clear water. Everybody is going to need, you know, cold environment in summer and warm environment in winter. Everybody is going to need that, no doubt. And I was kind of blind to the fact to this moment when I realized, hey, when everybody is going left, maybe I need to go to the right. Now, coming back to the topic, I think I'm done with my intro. What is this about? What kind of a journey am I actually talking about? I've been in marketing for 2 years, I've been in sales for a year and a half. So I believe I know pretty much a few things about how businesses work, how to form audiences, how to form attention, how to get response, and how to turn dollars into dollars. What I mean by that is how to turn certain advertising spend into 10 times more of its value. I do know a few things about that. Now, today here I am, a 19-year-old kid with all that experience that I bring to the table. I want to start my own company. Now I'm being very direct. And I believe it's very important while starting or being able to start that company, it's important to aware people of what exactly is marketing. And hold on, it's only for service businesses, brick and mortar businesses, local businesses. A few examples, say plumbers, realtors, dentists, roofers, home servicing businesses, any kind of cleaners. And I have been chasing views, followers, likes for for a good period of time while I was working with these businesses in the past. And I realized that that's not the real thing that we want. We'll come to that in a second, but before that, what is really important for you guys to understand is that I'm documenting this entire journey from scratch to a $10 million worth company. And you guys are going to help me, and I'm going to help you, and we're going to start a journey together from here. And we're going to go from zero to one, and then so on. We're going to understand what marketing is, because let's put a contrarian belief here. I don't believe in marketing is the same for everyone. I don't believe in you should copy big brands and then do your marketing according to the like copy and paste strategies, and you'll make money, you'll get clients, or you'll get more jobs. No, it doesn't work like that. And Many businesses, local business owners that I've spoken with until now have said to me that, hey, maybe marketing doesn't work for them. And you know why it doesn't work? It's because they have been copying and pasting a strategy of other business into them, and it hasn't been working. That's the reason. So we're going to break all these beliefs. We're going to understand what is the fundamental process, what exactly are the actual fundamentals of marketing, how do we start, what should be the ad budget, how do we do marketing, what are the different types of it. We will understand what our goal is, how do we make more money, how do we try to not lose even one of our leads or customers. It's going to be a long journey. And I'm going to start from scratch. We're going to begin here today with the introduction video, and I'm going to keep creating this content constantly. And I'm going to help you guys for free on social media. And I'm writing a book, we'll launch that in the future about the same. And we're going to crack it. The goal is to help everybody of you at least make your company worth $10 million. And I will personally invest in your companies, and we will exit and take home a shit ton of money. That's the goal. But for now, we're starting from scratch, and we are going to crack this. Now, a few realizations that were really, really important and are important for you guys to know as well behind doing all of this thing. Why am I starting it, and why do I want to do this? As I said, and the realization of the fact that every or most advice on social media is wrong. When everybody was telling me, go for AI, learn shit, learn tech, learn X, Y, and Z, there was a moment in my life when I realized everybody is fucking lying. What works for them does not mean will work for me. And people said to me at times that maybe you should forget about your passion. But that didn't give me internal satisfaction. And I was always like, well, how do I want to leave my passion when I've always wanted to do it, delve myself into it? And the realization, as I said, that everybody was fucking lying and most advice by these gurus and fake people on internet was wrong, was the only moment, only important moment of my life when I realized maybe I'll go after my passion and let's see what happens. And at the same time, I read a book from Carl Icahn, and he said, I've always taken the bravest choice. And I've always gone left when everybody was going right. And that kind of shifted my mindset towards when everybody is chasing the trend, maybe I need to not chase the trend and do what my heart says, what my gut says, and exactly do what my passion is. And that realization of understanding that maybe I need to go right when everybody is going left, or I need to go left when everybody is going right, was the exact moment I was like, when everybody is going after tech and AI and all this stuff, I need to look into the physical world. Who's going to help these local businesses? Everybody's going to need a roof until we're alive, until humanity is alive. They're going to need fresh water. They're going to need food to eat. All of these essential things that we cannot live without, and that we cannot even live a single day without. And every single business that is providing these services for a man to live the highest, for a man to live the utmost life of quality, every business that is doing that will never run out of business. And I realized one more important thing was that in this moment today, where population is growing, where economy is growing, more businesses we're going to need, and more people are going to need more services from those businesses in order to be able to live a life of quality. You know what I mean? And stay with me there. If population is growing and humanity is not dying, it's not getting eliminated at all by robotics and AI, Don't we need a roof over our head? Don't we need clear water? So, what do you mean plumbers are going to go out of business? Nobody is going to go out of business. Yeah, we might add some technological aspects to it, and and the systems might develop, and the physical resources required to perform those services might develop with time, but we're still gonna need people in that manner. And the lesson from all of this realization and everything that we discussed so far was when everybody is going right, look left. I believe that is where the opportunity is. Another realization was that, well, if I believe all this and I think I can do it, I can help people, I'm going to set a goal. My goal is to help businesses grow to $5 million a year. And then once they reach 10 million, I will personally invest in those businesses and we will thrive together in the economy. That's the goal of all what I'm doing. We will achieve that together. Most people might say, well, this fucking kid is crazy. But who cares about your opinion, bro? I don't. Okay? And I'm gonna do what I want. Now, it's time to talk the real thing. It's time to talk. I believe it's at the same time an insight to all of you. Now, starting from marketing. Starting from marketing for these local service businesses, roofers, plumbers, and all of that stuff. We have until now been told that post content, run ads, and chase what audience? And for that matter, it's all wrong. What we want really is response. And what do I mean by response? Is money. If you do this, all you're going to do is burn out yourself, burn out your money on running ads, burn out your budgets, and get nothing. You might hit an apple. You might hit an apple in between, and that might be the case, but you're not gonna scale, is what I'm saying. Because response is greater than vanity metrics. Likes, views, followers, audience is bullshit. What you want from business, what is your goal? What business are you doing? Let's say you're a plumber. What is your goal? To get more jobs, make more money, establish a location, then another, then another, then another. And if you're going this route, I'll post content, I'll post me working, I'll run ads. You might get a lead or two, you might get many leads, but that's not establishing your existence. That is not rooting you into the business world. It's just getting you leads, maybe making some money and running more ads and getting more leads. That is not establishing you as a business. What establishes you as a business is cash flow, I would say. You strategically run ads with the goal of a certain outcome. What the outcome is? Response. And what I mean by response is more jobs, more money, especially, and cash flow. And once you have cash flow, you can do any fucking thing in the world you want. And a lot goes into that because sometimes we get leads and we can't convert them. We say leads are bad, which is an objection, I would say. A lazy objection. Sometimes price is the problem, sometimes something else. But there is no systematic route that we can take or that we take that might help us establish a real business. So we're going to talk about that. So what I mean is likes, followers, views, audience, it doesn't fucking matter. What matters is response. The quantity of response and then the quality of that specific quantity of response, if that makes any sense. And we're going to explore that step by step in this journey, and we're going to see how we can scale fucking brands, how we can become $1 million businesses, and stay with me there. We are going to crack it. And I think the lesson from all of this discussion is that in 3 words, marketing is not views. It's not how much audience you have. It's about how much money you're making. What is the outcome? What is the response? That's what matters for a business if you're a founder. So, on this channel, I will show you exactly what I'm, say, learning, what I'm applying, what I am doing, and how we can attain all of what we have discussed so far from start to beginning. And I believe if these videos make even 1% of impact and help 1% of you change your lives, my existence did its job. That's it. That's the whole game. That's all that matters. So we're starting a fucking journey. We are together going to do this. We're together every day going to learn. We're not going to say, hey, well, I've been in the business for 15 years. I don't need to learn this. I don't need. No, hell no, you do. Because you don't know how the modern economy works. You don't know how the modern world works. So stop being a fucking ignorant, a know it aller, and pick up the pen, pick up the copy, write it down, apply, test, learn, and I guarantee you will crack it. It's not that big of a deal. We'll start from practical steps, from fundamentals to practically applying those fundamentals and doing them, and then watching out for results. Be it copywriting, be it ads, be it metrics, how you can track your ad records, and we will practically do that step by step. And we're going to attain the level of success that we've always wanted. And one thing more, don't be disappointed by yourself in your business. Don't say you need to change your business, you need to do something else, you need to get into something else. No, if you're already a business owner, we will teach the economy that we are not losers, that we are not going out of the business, and we will teach these competitors who we are. Together, we will make a change, and let's make a change in ourselves. Thank you, and see you in the next video.